Donald Trump, back in 2013, November 21st, 2013, was a guest on the Steve Malzberg show here on Newsmax television. And ironically enough, Harry Reid had just instituted the nuclear option in the Senate for court appointees, court nominees, I should say, nominees to the court. And of course, we know what has happened. It's backfired on them, and it's gone to the Republicans' advantage with these confirmation hearings when the Democrats actually show up for a vote, that is. So I mentioned it to Donald Trump that this was breaking news, and then he weighed in on it, and boy, did he have it right.
You know, this is really a lack of leadership, because if you think about it, if you had the leadership, you wouldn't be having these problems in the first place. You'd have people voting, and you'd have people getting along on issues, including putting certain people on the court. So it's unfortunate a thing like this has to happen, but it's happened.
I mean, they call it the nuclear option, and, it's been talked about for many years, but Democrats have to understand, Donald, this is what troubles me. They have to understand that probably, there's a great probability that in a year, they're going to be in the minority, and then this will be used against them.
Well, you know, Steve, I'm a Republican, and I know a lot of Democrats, as you know, and there are a lot of friends. And to be honest with you, this is what they're worried about. What happens when we're not in power? So I've seen so many times where somebody thinks they get the advantage, but honestly, if lots of things happen, and because of Obamacare and what's been going on with the president, you could have a very, very big change in the Senate, and even a more positive change in the House.
And of course, there was a historic landslide change in the Senate and the House in 2014, a year after Donald Trump, now President Trump, spoke with me on that interview. And then he showed himself to be even more prophetic.
So this could come back to haunt them. And Democrats didn't like it, many Democrats, because they said, well, it's good today, but what happens in 2 years if, in fact, we lose that majority? And that could very well happen. So it's a very dangerous thing, and it can be a double-edged sword, and therefore it might not be so bad as it sounds for the Republicans.
All right, And for one Donald Trump, President of the United States, although at that point there was no indication that that would be in the offing.